Good morning. This is the NorthOps Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. Mid-level water vapor imagery shows high pressure and associated dryness in the eastern Pacific extending into California as a trough clips northeast Oregon and the northern Rockies. Also, powerful Hurricane Beryl is approaching Jamaica. True color visible satellite imagery with airport observations show a general northeasterly flow, just a slight marine layer in the Humboldt Bay region, and smoke from the Thompson fire on the western side of Lake Oroville pushing south and westward. The National Weather Service has many heat-related headlines in effect across NorthOps. These are a mix of heat advisories and excessive heat watches and warnings that are in effect as early as today and continue into the first half of next week. The excessive heat watch in Nevada is for Saturday through next Wednesday. Meanwhile, red flag warnings are in effect for the coastal hills and mountains in and around the Bay Area through Friday morning. The red flag warning for much of the Sacramento Valley is in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. Also, a red flag warning is in effect across portions of Six Rivers National Forest late this evening through Thursday morning. All of these fire weather headlines are for gusty winds and low RH. The fire and smoke map shows mostly good air quality across NorthOps except for some hazardous air quality near the Thompson fire with lots of moderate air quality spreading southward from there into the Roseville and eastern Sacramento areas. The GACC Wharf wind and RH forecast matches up fairly well with observations this morning, which indicate areas of gusts of 20 to 40 miles per hour across many ridges, gaps, and passes, and across the Sacramento Valley, though localized 40 to 65 mile per hour gusts have been observed since midnight. Widespread poor RH recoveries in the teens to 30s have also been observed, though recoveries have been better than modeled in the steeper valleys. Northeast winds will continue today, but decrease some this afternoon, with min RHs falling into the upper single digits, teens and 20s over the vast majority of NorthOps. This evening through Thursday morning, northeast winds return to most of the same areas and poor RHs spread even further west. Meanwhile, gusty westerlies develop in the Bay to Mount Diablo and Sacramento River Delta areas, and then increase and expand Thursday evening with some brief but slight RH rises. Mostly poor but some moderate RH recoveries accompany a drainage wind flow Thursday night into Friday morning. The 6E GEFS 20,000 foot level forecast shows NorthOps under northwest flow this morning with the ridge centered to the west. The ridge expands eastward today with a weak shortwave trough moving through it, and then the ridge strengthens Thursday and Friday. The ridge center then moves directly over NorthOps Saturday and then to SouthOps Sunday, resulting in precarious southerly flow over NorthOps Saturday through next week. The 6C GFS mean sea level pressure and precipitation loop shows the tight pressure gradient associated with the northeast flow this morning, transitioning to a generally lighter northwest flow this afternoon. Tonight through early Thursday, the northeast flow pressure gradient will not be as strong, and westerlies return Thursday. Northeast flow Friday morning will be weaker, with westerlies returning Friday afternoon. Saturday through next Wednesday, increased westerly flow is likely each afternoon and evening. The European Center lightning flash density forecast shows no lightning potential across NorthOps through Saturday. From Sunday through next Wednesday, the model shows some very slight lightning potential associated with the noted precarious south flow. The NorthOps 7-day significant fire potential outlook shows high risk for significant fires for the mid-coast to Mendocino, Diablo to Santa Cruz Mountains, and Sac Valley and Foothills PSAs for gusty wind combined with low relative humidity today, and a high risk due to heat and dryness on the 4th and 5th for those same PSAs, as well as the Bay Marine PSA. At least moderate risk is forecast for all PSAs tomorrow through Saturday. SouthOps is forecasting mostly moderate risk for significant fire for the 7-day period with extreme heat and dryness and areas of gusty afternoon through evening winds. In summary, the prolonged heat wave will continue today through early next week with temperatures peaking near 20 degrees above normal this weekend. Highs in Redding and similarly hot locations could reach 120 degrees Friday and/or Saturday. Red flag warnings and high risk are in effect for the mid-coast to Mendocino, Mount Diablo to Santa Cruz Mountains, and Sacramento Valley and Foothills PSAs today for gusty northeast winds combined with low RH. High risk expands to include the Bay Marine PSA for Independence Day and the 5th due to continued heat and dryness and increasing westerly winds. Heat is likely to peak this weekend, but conditions remain 10 to 20 degrees above normal inland from the coast through next week with breezy to locally windy westerlies each afternoon and evening. A precarious southerly flow begins Saturday and persists through next week, with a very slight possibility of afternoon to evening lightning Sunday through next week. This concludes today's Fire Weather Webcast.